All right, what is going on, guys? Good morning. We're hitting up the YouTubes first to go live. Then we'll hop on to the FB to go live, and we'll knock out this 20 minute live stream that we got going on. Nothing crazy. Let's see here. First of all, let me see if this is working. Who's here? It looks like we're live here. Good. All right. Now I need to get the stand for the phone. YouTube fam, how's everybody doing? Drop a like in the comment section. Coffee time. Okay. Be right back. And we're back. Okay. I'm gonna cut off my head. Sure thing, buddy. Sure thing. This is what you're gonna get. Buenos dias, everyone. So, good morning to y'all. Gonna try to raise this somehow. Use something. Let's see. Let's try this again. There we go. A little bit better. All right. We get set up. And now we get the IG. There we are. Can I put a face on this? I can. We got the kitty cat with us. I want to change this. I thought this had thought you could change this. For lift. Boom. There we go. Got the IG ready here. Oh. Yes, sir. Okay. Here we are. Just gonna hop on. Actually, I'm gonna shut this one off. We'll just go. There we go. I'm enjoying my coffee, y'all. Good morning, by the way. Hopefully, everybody's doing very good. Sure. Yeah. Okay. Definitely hitting the bandwidth. Pushing it to the limit. Flip this real quick. Maybe that'll be better. A little bit better. All right, so I think we're good now. I think we're good now. Oh, wait. Wait 1 second. So we're 7 minutes live in YouTube. Can't tell Instagram, maybe a couple minutes. Facebook, like 5 minutes. I just want to make sure, see how the audio kicks on. I'm upside down. Oh, Lord. Doesn't work that way. Okay. We'll just do this here. We'll just do this. There we go. All right. So, what's going on, guys? We'll start the video now. So, what was going on? What's going on, everyone? Hopefully, happy Sunday or happy Easter, whichever one of the two you celebrate. But it was fun. Had what do we have? Glow in the dark. whatchamacallit, glow in the dark Easter egg hunt. So that was fun. A lot of fun. And hopefully you can hear me a little bit more. And then beyond that, what do we have? That's pretty much it. That was all, thanks to the wifey. She put in all the work, got all that done. Really good work. And the girls loved it, which was, number one thing. So they enjoyed it. So now, just want to share a couple things. If you haven't seen my video, I did a quick 1-minute video where I talk about, what's happening with the in real estate with mortgages, and I'm gonna touch on that, I think, on the end. And what I really want to touch bases is a very common question that I keep getting is real estate getting cheap? And at the moment, it's not. that's the short answer. At the moment, real estate is the same, and for the time being. So, which, of course, who doesn't want cheaper real estate? In my professional opinion, if it gets cheaper, then we have a bigger issue at hand. So, ideally, things will go back to normal before this whole pandemic. For the moment, what we're dealing with now is tighter regulations, requirements, I should say, not regulations, tighter requirements from lenders to get you approved. So if you are looking to sell, you really have to take that into consideration. So if you're selling by yourself, selling your own house, you really need to know what's going on with the market, not only to properly price your house, but also to contract. You get on the contract, you really want to know what to expect, because now it is different than it was before. If you're a buyer, I would say it really hasn't changed too much from the buyer's end. I would just say it requires more patience, because before, buying a house, things like that, it was not a it was a daunting task, but it wasn't something impossible. Now it can feel more daunting and more of an impossible task, just because of everything that's going on, especially if you watch the news. It seems like we're never going to recover. And not to say be blindly optimistic, but I would say be cautiously optimistic, and the fact that they're still lending. So they did some numbers. I think it was called the mortgage index. I think they called it mortgage index. It rates how accessible mortgages are for borrowers, people buying homes. So I believe those numbers were, they obviously were lower because of the pandemic, but they weren't as terrible as you think. It's a national index, so it doesn't really break down the market, the area. But I will say, looking at the sold homes, Houston is still selling homes. That's one thing that's still happening, especially in the area. I mean, $1 million homes still being sold. 200K homes, 300K homes, all those homes still being sold. So I think it's more of, as a seller, know what you're getting into. As a buyer, being more prepared for your application on your mortgage. And as always, as usual, I do this with all my clients. Down payment, closing costs, getting those numbers off the bat, knowing where you're at with those numbers because you never know. A requirement may change, may go up, may go down. Probably will go down, which is, they're tightening up the requirements with your mortgage. So, which while you're in the contract, you got to be top of your game. You know, so that's happening now. That's the reality. So and a lot of times people like to reference, the '08 bubble when everything went south with the mortgages, the mortgage bubble, and right now it's a little bit different than that because that was readily and freely lending to people to buy homes, and this is not the case. I would say this is the opposite of that, where now not only do they verify everything, your personal data and your job employment verification, but now they're doing it all the way up until the day you close. So, God forbid you lose your job during the process of buying a house, and maybe you still want it. You're prepared. You have your funds, your emergency funds. Then nowadays it sounds like you won't be able to close on that house because you lost your job. And let's go ahead and touch bases on recapping the video that I posted. I will post it on Facebook as well. I haven't posted it there. It's on the YouTube channel right now. But what I'm talking about is if you already have a mortgage, right? You already have a house, and you this is what I've been hearing online is, and it happened to me actually. So what happens is a lot of people right now are calling in and either asking or inquiring what their options are for not paying or not being able to pay. And this the main option, or one of the options that's popular right now, that's being definitely circulated, is forbearance. And forbearance essentially is going to be a situation where your servicer does not they basically put a pause on your mortgage payments for usually 180 days, 3 months. Now, how this doesn't mean that you don't owe this anymore. It doesn't mean that you it doesn't mean it's not forgiven. So you still owe this money. So now the repayment is the biggest thing. So what happens is let's go back to calling. So what's been happening is a lot of people have been calling. Forbearance has been discussed, or maybe you're calling about forbearance. Some of your servicers are automatically entering you into forbearance. And what happens there is the next step is they cannot negatively notate this on your credit report, but it can be notated that you entered forbearance. And the reason that's important is once this all passes, and let's just say that you are looking to refinance or sell your house and buy another house in the next year or less, this is going to be an issue, or can be an issue, because now you have to explain why you were in forbearance. So personally, I called my lender, asked what options they had as far as forbearance, the programs they had, and when I called, they had none. They just had a standard loan modification, which is another entire thing. And when I called back, because they changed their option, and all this stuff is changing daily, so you have to follow along with me. I will share as new information, new things happened. I will share it on the channels here on the social. So what happened is they automatically put me in forbearance. So it was about a week and a half gap from when I first called to when I called back, discussing the options. So I told them to take me off the forbearance. And mind you, I sent a payment already while in forbearance. So I don't know if they are supposed to accept this money or they're not. But nonetheless, if I was in forbearance and I still sent the money, I am essentially wasting this forbearance time for myself. Now, going back to the point of where, hold on one second. We shall do one thing here. Here we go. Where we at? 13. Oh, we're at 20. All right. Oh, okay. Let me go back here. So, what happens as if you're entered into forbearance without you knowing? Let's just say that you enter forbearance 1 month. You're like, hey, trying to send my payment. Oh yeah, you're in forbearance. We'll take this off, and we'll accept your payment, right? In the future, when you try to refinance or take out any type of mortgage, so they're going to ask you, hey, what happened with forbearance? Forbearance means that you had a financial hardship. So this could be job loss, loss of income, any of these things. So anytime you have a change in your income, you have to explain this. So this can be an issue in the future. So let's just say that, hey, you're moving into a new neighborhood. Your family's planning on moving to a bigger house. Now this could be the thing stopping you from going into that next home that you were planning. So be very careful when you contact your mortgage servicer. So that's one thing I wanted to share as far as how that can affect you and why it's so important. Let me see what else. Let's check the audio real quick. Okay. So far, so good. And check this one here. Okay, everything's going good. And then okay, so that's pretty much it as far as mortgage goes. So yeah, so what new information is there now? Well, the big thing is Chase is no longer accepting applicants, new Chase clients, less than 20% down payment. So, if for some reason Chase was your go-to lender for your next house and you're not a current Chase customer, this can disqualify you going through Chase. So, regular, like local lenders, specifically mortgage lenders, this has not changed. This is still going on. So, 3% down payment, 5% down payment, all that is still available. So, I just say, just in case, you're thinking go to, hey, big bank Chase, I'll go to them. That is, that could be the main issue, So, quick example, you're trying to buy a house that's, $200,000. Now you need $40,000 just in down payment to buy this house. So, keep that in mind. The other thing I noticed, and we're going to switch gears from home purchases to rentals, is the rental market now, homes, kind of shifting gears, just like home lenders. They're tightening up the requirements. So, just be really have all your docs ready to go if you're going to rent a house. And so this means like pay stubs, bank statements, have that saved PDF ready to go. And if you have pets, that too. Have pictures of your dogs, shop records, all that, rabies. Have that ready to go. Because I see at the moment that landlords and for sure management companies are going to be, at the moment, they're going to be very strict on the requirements. So that's one thing to take into consideration. And, on kind of a sub 1,000 rental apartments, mostly apartments, they're not holding these units past 3 weeks, 4 weeks. So basically, if you are going to go in here, you better be, you're ready to move, and which makes sense because even before this pandemic, that price range was they just move fast, especially in a decent area, decent apartment unit that's been updated. It's the way it is. So, um, oopsie, whoopsie. I don't know if I can play some tunes here, but let me see. Um, oh, interesting movie that we saw this past weekend. That's gonna be The Platform. It's a Spanish movie. Very interesting. Shout out to all the Spanish filmmakers. They're making some pretty good movies. Um, some very good movies coming out recently from Spain. So that's a good watch right there. What else? Trying to play some tunes here. I think this will play well. There we go. Let's see if I get shut down on some of these channels. Okay, so I think that's it. Unless anyone has any questions. Again, my name is George Gonzalez. I am a realtor here in the Houston area with Intera Real Estate. And for you guys watching on the replay, please go ahead and drop a comment below. More than happy to answer that question on the replay. You know, just in case you didn't catch me in the morning, enjoy your coffee any time of the day. I'm enjoying some Vietnamese coffee. This is delicious. Gets me started in the day. And I think that's it. Have a good Monday, y'all. We'll be out of this soon. We're April 30th. We have about another month as now of this lockdown, but we could be heading for another, 30-day lockdown from our city. So that's it. I'm signing off, guys. Have a good one, and I really appreciate you guys tuning in for the live watchers and then for the replay watchers. Tag someone that just to recap, I talked about the briefly on forbearance and how that affects you buying a home in the future. Quick rental market updates as far as inventory and applying. And I think that's it. So make sure as you're watching this, don't forget to hit the like button and then share this with anyone that could use help in this. So have a great day, guys. Peace.